know. It's to me, it's like one of the worst studio rooms I've stayed in. And I've stayed in All Stars. I've stayed in Pop Century.
Straight to the throat.
It's laid out really stupid. There's wasted space. It's so
You'll know I
cramped,
honeymooned there, right?
and sucks for you. I don't know what to say.
Welcome, Walt Disney World fans, to another episode of the Notcast presented by NotClub33.com. This week on the show, we're talking Disney's Contemporary Resort / Bay Lake Tower. My name is Steve Rhodes. With me this week, it's Becky Wells.
Hello.
Pat Neestad is here.
What's up?
And as always, the Disney cynic, Mr. Bobby Merchants.
It would appear that I've actually colored myself magenta.
Is that magenta or is that...
It looks blue to me.
I mean, I don't know. It shows up in different colors on different cameras. That's all I know.
It'll be a surprise for all of us.
I mean, it's but how Floridian does this particular shade of whatever this is feel? I mean, it feels very
it's nice.
Like very Florida. I don't know, just very beachy. Like shitty somewhere.
The color yourself magenta
lounge.
throwback to like episode 1 or 2 of the
Definitely.
Notcast is, yeah.
I know it was on the Thanksgiving episode, the infamous Thanksgiving episode.
Been a while. You folks do not go back in the archives and find that. You will see the quality was not where it is today. Not saying that we're anything special today, but yeah.
Oh, man.
Speaking of not anything special, the Disney's Contemporary Resort.
I'd say his lighting is a little bit like the lounge upstairs, the bar.
Oh,
that you like?
Oh yeah.
Well, the lounge that they closed down. Yeah.
The Reef. I don't even know what the name of that.
It also kind of World Lounge.
Yeah. I mean, it also kind of feels like an arcade.
No. Outside is Chef Mickey's.
Oh,
whatever.
Outer Rim.
Outer Rim.
Yeah.
Outer Rim. Yeah.
Not Reef. Rim.
Yeah.
Not
All
sure
right.
why we're hating on Outer Rim for this, but whatever, it's fine. You know.
No, just the lighting makes me think of that area because it's like that.
P. Diddy didn't hate on the Outer Rim. Anyway, moving right along.
Look at the time.
We weren't allowed to make those jokes.
Oh yeah, we just don't talk politics or religion on this show. Everything else.
Diddy's fair game.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. No Diddy. The Contemporary Resort Complex also houses the DVC wing, Bay Lake Tower, which you guys have seen on this show before that none of us are the hugest fan of. But who wants to go first and talk about, maybe just say something nice about the Contemporary for once?
I'm out.
It's a close walk to Magic Kingdom.
Yes, you can walk to Magic Kingdom.
You can walk to
in
Magic
approximately
Kingdom.
the same amount of time as the Grand Floridian.
And if you want to, you can get on the monorail and go to Epcot. That's cool.
Yeah, with a connection.
If you want to, you can be confused that the monorail goes one way, and when you get on to go to the Magic Kingdom from the Contemporary, you will then stop multiple times.
Oh, I got another good thing to say about it. If you want to resort hop, it'd be a good place to start.
Or pass through.
Now you're saying legitimate stuff.
There's some decent restaurants.
Okay, food, fine. Yeah.
Some cool views when you're not inside.
Well, hold on. Well, yeah, I guess that's right.
No, I disagree. I think that the views of the lake are good.
You can see. Yeah.
Yeah, the views of the lake are nice, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what views that, besides the dumpster that you got stuck in front of that one time, I'm not sure what views that are bad from the Contemporary.
I may have views of Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
So
that's not bad.
I think the misconception might be based on the first few minutes of our show that we like despise this place. I don't think that's the idea, but as far as the monorail hotels go, there's better options. And there's only 3 monorail hotels, so
certainly a grander one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That there is.
Well, I think the thing that I don't like about Bay Lake, specifically, is the studio rooms in Bay Lake. They're so small and they're kind of disjointed. I don't know. To me, it's like one of the worst studio rooms I've stayed in. And I've stayed in All Stars and I've stayed in Pop Century.
Straight to the throat.
Man.
I'm saying it's one of the worst that I've stayed in. It's just not the best.
I don't know that I would really go for the All Stars necessarily, but I do happen to think that it's getting closer to the All Stars with the addition of the whole Incredibles thing that's up on their suites and everything.
That's not
that's
the
where
side.
I jumped off the contemporary bandwagon when they did that as a remodel. I'm sorry, I don't need I like the Incredibles actually, but I don't need this fucking cartoon to make me feel like I'm at Disney. But I certainly don't need to pay $900 for a fucking non-good or non-view room. Something that you can only if you can look at the garden wing. That's too good of a view for paying $900 at that point. And I got to look at Edna Mode while I'm trying to fall asleep. No thanks, I'm out.
Well, that's
one
of my points.
Pillow,
is
that's it.
the cost of that studio compared to the cost at like Pop Century or the All Stars. I mean, or even Art of Animation. It just. I mean,
okay. Let's look at it from a retail perspective, because I guess the average viewer of this show is probably not taking our advice and renting DVC points to stay there. They're going to pay rack rate. So from a rack rate perspective, this is the cheapest monorail hotel. Yeah, it's not close. It's always the cheapest unless you're in the A-frame. The Garden Wing is going to be cheaper than any standard room at the Poly.
Yes, because that's what I think of when I want to go to the Contemporary. But
you're staying at the Contemporary, so. Yeah. I think the rub that we have here is the refresh with the Incredibles, like you said, Bobby, where they just threw stickers on the wall, and that's what they do with the All Stars. But there are some pluses there, Becky. As somebody that's maligned this place in the past, I know you said you had a couple of nice things that actually said about this place. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, the lobby and the interior of the Contemporary, that's not the rooms. So quintessential Disney, you have to respect it. Mary Blair, like you can't not like it. I do enjoy going through the main portion of that resort. Bay Lake Tower, which is where I have stayed. I'm with Pat. The studio is the biggest pooper ever. And by big, I just mean it sucks a lot because it's tiny. It's laid out really stupid. There's wasted space. It's so
You'll know I honeymooned there, right?
And sucks for you. I don't know what to say. I liked the proximity to Magic Kingdom for sure.
No doubt.
The rooms that are not studios, 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, those are great rooms. They are spaced out nicely. There's an entire laundry room. There's tons of bathroom space. There's like the balconies. It's multi-floor. Like those rooms are awesome. However, and the points aren't even bad. If you get the right view, like they're not terrible, but you better have some freaking groceries because there's not a damn place to get food.
Nope.
Contempo Cafe does not count. And fucking Chef Mickey's, no. So, like, you have to have your food. Unless you're hopping on the monorail and going to some other resort, which is a viable option. It's just, it's whack job. And then you get on the elevator at one floor, but then it's the other floor at the other building to get off at the same floor. Yeah. It's just, if you went to the bar and then you go there, good luck getting back to your room. I do like the space of the larger rooms. I like the location, and I love the main original building. So
yeah,
you left out the 2 heavy hitter restaurants though that are on site.
Yeah, but I'm going to leave that for people who love them more because I've eaten at all of those restaurants minus Chef Mickey's. That's never happening, and I don't have to go into those right now. I'll let you guys. So,
I mean, look. would behoove us to mention that Steakhouse 71 is one of the more popular restaurants that's on property. But also behoove us to point out that, California Grill has gotten Michelin ratings before. I don't think they're currently
it's in the guide. Well, it's been in the guide.
Yeah. But still,
Delicious.
that's a hell of
views.
I mean, let's to say that there's nothing to eat over there is a huge misnomer. Yes, it's just
I'm saying
expensive.
for my family, I'm not spending that much freaking money and all that time to go to those kinds of restaurants as a quick service, grab your breakfast and go, or anything. That's what I meant. Good clarification, though, and I don't disagree about those restaurants being quality.
Yeah, I don't hate Contempo Cafe. I think there's better quick service options from a deluxe standpoint. I mean, you go over to like Beach Club, and then you'll talk about diabolical when it comes to grab and go options. So the Contempo Cafe is not that. So yeah, the options are fine. From Steak 71 to, I don't like the new menu at California Grill. That's all prefix. That's not my thing. But you can still do the quote unquote lounge option and sit at the bar without a reservation and pick off of that menu, and then that gets you access to the fireworks outside. Even if you weren't there during fireworks time, and come back with your receipt, and you can watch the fireworks from California Grill outside later. I think those are all like solid perks, plus the freebies, like the views from the fourth deck where you can just walk outside and watch the fireworks from there. So I think all in all, it has a lot of pluses. I just think for the dollar amount you're spending for the Contemporary, I would rather just go the other side of the Disney campus and be on the Epcot side and spend that kind of money and get on the boardwalk or the yacht club or something like that instead of this. Yeah.
I do think it is kind of a bucket list item though. Let's be real. I think everybody
the A-frame?
Yeah. So like, let's not dismiss that entirely out of term. I've not stayed at the A-frame. At least not in a good long while. Like it was when I was a toddler, maybe.
1987, I did it.
Yeah. I mean, like it's been a minute, but nonetheless, if I could get a room there,
1983,
or Becky, come on, when was it? Was it in the 80s like the rest of us?
Stayed at the Contemporary. I haven't been there as a
child. Problem. Maybe it's the problem is that we haven't stayed at the Contemporary. If we went there as a child,
we would have been.
I would say also what sucks about
All-Star Minus.
I would also say what sucks about Bay Lake and Contemporary is the pools. The pools aren't the best.
Especially the Contemporary pool.
Look,
they're located. They're on great location. Yeah. I mean, out on Bay Lake,
the water.
There.
Yeah,
this is a hill that I will die on. Okay, It's not meant to be the Polynesian or Stormalong Bay. It's meant to be a modern design of a pool, which happens to coincide with nothing but the angles and rectangles and squares and shit like that. It's all very boxy, and so it kind of fits for what the whole aesthetic of the resort is.
Like rotated it. Could have been so much.
I think as somebody who doesn't have kids, I mean, like if you have kids and you're going to Walt Disney World, it's probably the least of the pools that you probably want to hang out at as a kid.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look fun.
It is just want to see water.
I'm very childlike with my pool selection, so not for nothing. But I'm just, like I said, it's just that it actually fits with the theme. And if you don't like the theme, that's fine. But say what you will about it, it fits within what it's trying to accomplish.
I mean, you can say the same thing about Chester and Hester's in the Dino Land thing.
Yes,
it's with the theme, but
yes.
Your
absolutely
theme for that pool.
That's a hill I will die on too. Dino Land USA is the best themed land on property. What?
I don't know about that.
Oh, I do.
That's why they bulldozed.
I will go on your show and talk about that, Bobby.
Yeah,
we're fighting. Mark it. The 14-minute mark. I got you.
I think we're on agreement. Then this is the worst of the three monorail resorts.
No,
for me, I think it is. And would I recommend it to somebody? Sure, I would recommend it to stay at the Contemporary just because it's so iconic.
Yeah.
But I'm personally probably not going to. At least I won't stay in the studio. So.
Yeah, I can't with the studio ever again there. I prefer not to. Like my brother's family, they've got all daughters and they get to wake up and look and see the princesses' houses, like they love it. That's perfect
Yeah.
for them. It definitely has its reasons for being awesome for so many people.
Sure.
I am not so many people with the experience that
not.
I've had there.
I will also say that the Polynesian is the worst. So, especially on the monorail line.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare I?
You're incorrect, but we all know the sentiment there. This is a place that I would totally stay again. I would totally recommend it. It's just for me, for the money, I'll just stay on the other side of Disney property and do the Epcot side for that kind of price. Because
that I agree with.
Yeah. So, Bobby, now that we've got all that settled with the Contemporary, can you tell us what's coming up on your show this week? I know we had some news drop recently.
Yes, of course. We will be discussing the ins and outs of the recent board vote that kept Bob Iger and the current Disney board in place, and what the ramifications for that are, why I think this is ultimately bad, and I bring up Vermin Supreme. There's a name for you, so
All right.
Oh, it'll make sense when you listen.
Cynics on Disney podcast.
Supreme.
Vermin.
The information for Cynics on Disney podcast is located on your screen. That'll actually drop right here on this very YouTube channel on Monday, whatever day in April 2024 that is. But Monday. If you're watching this video when it drops on a Friday, it'll be Monday. All right. Do we get everything for the Contemporary? We talked about the pools, talked about the food, rooms.
Boats are fun.
Top of the world. The villains themed bar.
Yeah. Yes.
So, boats are fun. Tennis is fun. They got tennis courts.
No one cares.
Okay. Well, you said, did we cover it all? And obviously we neglected the tennis courts.
To pickleball? How long before they switch those to pickleball?
Oh, they've made.
Oh, I'm surprised it's not happening now.
Already.
They've done it? Oh, God.
Well, they use tennis nets, which aren't the same. So,
yeah.
Anybody who cares about pickleball, which is.
Did we talk about the steakhouse?
Yeah.
In passing.
And then the bar at the steakhouse. People like to go to that bar at the steakhouse.
Yeah, it's because it's nice and quiet. It's got cool lights around it.
And people like to go to bars in general.
Mm-hmm.
Not unlike this color of lighting that I've got going on now.
Speaking of bars, we've done a whole monorail bar crawl episode right here on this channel. If you want to see that video, there's a card floating above Pat's head right now that you can click on and watch that after you're done watching this. Open that in another window. We do thank you for watching the show about Disney's Contemporary Resort. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, well, hit the subscribe button and hit notifications so you know when videos drop. And while you're down there, smack like, because it really helps us out in the YouTube algorithm, and we would really appreciate it. For everybody here at Nod Club 33, have a great day.
You're now passing Bay Lake Tower.